Therukoothu, or street drama, is said to be as old as the Tamil language itself. With its strong rural roots, Therukoothu is still a vital part of folk tradition. It used to be staged by itinerant players in temple courtyards and village squares. The dance dramas would recreate incidents from the religious epics, legends and folklore. Today, in sandy clearings in the villages around the Pulicat Lake near Madras in South India, Therukoothu carries developmental, social and environmental messages for the fisher folk. Pulicat is a lake 60 kilometers north of Madras. The Integrated Fisher Folk Development Project Pulicat, IFDP, serves 52 villages on the shores of this lake.
Our project aims at promoting self-reliance among the small-scale fishing communities and at improving their lives, standard of life. And also, this project started as an emergency agency after the 1984 cyclone. And from then on, it been serving as a development agency among all the Pulicat Lake villages.
4 communication groups, each comprising of fisher folk, were organized in the villages. They were then trained to spread the messages that would help to improve the lives of their friends and neighbors. The IFDP found the fisher folk steeped in song and dance. Local festivals featured traditional forms of folk music and dance, like the Villupattu, Kavadi and Therukoothu. It was therefore decided to use such popular folk art to reach the fisher folk. Therukoothu has now become the favorite medium of the communication groups because the fisher folk relate to it easily, as much of it is loosely based on the epics and mythology they have known from childhood. Its costumes are bright and attractive. There is high drama and much scope for comedy, which help to make the developmental and educational messages more palatable. Its flexible format enables messages on the evils of superstition and alcoholism, and the need for education, hygiene and family planning to be accommodated. Today's play deals with the importance of hygiene and nutrition. You can smell the excitement and expectancy in the salt sea air as a large crowd gathers. As the health worker Manoranjitam says, for these plays, there is always a full house. But if you arrange a talk about diarrhea, very few come. They understand things much better through such plays because they relate to the characters. The makeshift green room is the center of hectic activity. The actors don bright makeup. All the costumes have been made by the actors themselves, and, along with the stage props, have cost about 1,000 rupees. Props and costumes are such that they can be readily transported on a bicycle from village to village. Each performance costs only about 25 rupees. All the actors are local boys. The female role, played by a boy, is very popular and cause for much merriment. The heroine is often mobbed, and he confesses, "The women tease me more than the men." The play begins with an introduction by the clown. The clown is a Greek chorus, prompter, filler of awkward pauses, adjuster of falling costumes, and of course, comedian, all rolled into one. The storyline he indicates in his introduction is loosely based on the exploits of a heroic character from the epic Mahabharata. The evil demon of disease enters the village. He looks around for a victim. A boy rushes in. He represents hair lice. The demon and he introduce themselves. The boy seeks heads in which to nest, but the demon says he must first claim his victims. The boy taunts the demon, then warns him that the village has a protector, Abhimanyu. The demon roars with laughter and goes to look for victims. The demon's wife comes in search of her husband. The boy runs up to her and warns her that her husband is in danger in this village. It has a protector nearby, he says. The demon's wife pleads with her husband to leave the place, otherwise a great warrior will come and slay him. But the demon laughs at her fears. He sees some village boys playing in the sand and thereby exposing themselves to hazards which could cause ill health. He attacks one of them. Sometime later, the boy cannot stop scratching. He is in great discomfort. Before long, he will break out in sores. Enter the hero, Abhimanyu, immunity. After a hectic fight, he slays the demon. He then explains the secret of his power: eating nutritious food and observing hygienic habits. Boil water. Disinfect wounds. Wash vegetables well. Eat a balanced meal, he advises. After the performance, the health worker summarizes the message in the play. Obviously, the message has gone home to the primary target group, women and children.
மண்ணில் பிறண்டாக்கா நோய் வரும், செரங்கு வரும், அதுக்கான வேத வரும்.
This troupe has made a modest contribution to improving social conditions in villages around Pulikkad. Attendance in schools has increased, and many families boil drinking water.
இந்த பகுதி மக்கள் ராமாயணம்லாம் மகாபாரதம் விரும்பி பார்ப்பாங்க. ஒரு சில
The director and the moving spirit behind the troupe is Subramaniam.
நடிச்சா கூட அவங்களுக்கு ஒன்றும் இது பண்ணாது. அது தெருக்கூத்து மூலியமாக எடுத்தானா அவங்களுக்கு அந்த சூரம் வரானா அவங்களுக்கு எந்த வேடத்தில் வரான்னு அவங்களுக்கு நல்லா புரியும். அதனால ஒரு சில பேருக்கு இவங்க நல்லா தெருக்கூத்து தெரியுன்றதுனால நாங்கள் தெருக்கூத்து மூலியமாக போட்டு வச்சுக்கிறோம்.
A local man, he is as adept at fixing motorboats and electronic devices as at writing new plays. He and his troupe are a common sight, sitting under trees preparing for their next performance. The growing popularity of the troupe may be judged from the increasing following it has been gaining despite the all-pervading influence of TV and cinema. Today's crowd came despite the screening of a popular movie on TV. And when it went back, it seemed to be a little more knowledgeable about the need to take better care of the health of each of its members. Here then is an art form from Tamil Nadu's ancient past that appears to be receiving a successful response as it tries to ensure a better future for the less literate.